Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna do a little chit chat, get ready with me. As you can see, I have new hair on. It's not finished yet, I just have it pinned up. If you guys like this wig and want it for yourself, I'll leave a link down below. Today I'm gonna be going to take some pictures with my friend and just wanna try to get cute. So I thought it would be a fun idea to just have you guys get ready with me. I'm just gonna start to moisturize my face. Probably in February, I did ask on my Instagram for you guys to ask me questions about like dating or advice, guys, whatever. And at first I got no questions at all. And then I put a post like, dang, nobody wanna ask me anything, I guess. And then that's when they all came flooding in. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer those today because I was supposed to do it for Valentine's Day, but yeah, I just did not get to it. I don't know if I'll get to all of them because some of them are a little crazy, but I'll get to most of them. The first question asks, you single? No, I am not single, guys. I am not single as a Pringle. So yes, I am currently with somebody right now, and he is fine as hell. The second question says, do you consider kitty as a gift, or would you get your dude a gift? Personally, no. I don't feel like punani is a gift. I think that's an additional benefit. Like, yes, this WAP is definitely a gift, but I feel like that is a sad excuse for a gift if you don't like do anything else. It doesn't even mean that you gotta spend a lot of money because honestly, like sometimes I don't have it like that. But I'm gonna come up with something creative or nice that is meaningful and give it to you. Like, I would never just give punani as a gift. I feel like that is giving weak energy because let's just face it, punani is everywhere. I think what matters is your intentions and to show that you put a lot of effort into something. Now, if you go on like a vacation and set up a nice little hotel and all of that, and then you give him some nice punani and some cute lingerie, that's a nice gift. But no, not just like he come home from work and it's like, oh, you know, happy birthday, and that's it. Let me ask the ladies, would you guys get mad if your man just gave you D and that's it? Like for your birthday, like let's just say he gave you D and you're like, that's it? Like no trip to Jamaica? Like, you know, no bracelet? You know, so you would be mad too. The next one says, worst vday experience. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't like to, gosh. Okay, I'll say it without saying anything about the person. I was dating this guy and I was like, you know, really wanting something for Valentine's Day. Like, you know, we're in a relationship. I want to do something special for Valentine's because I've never had a real experience. So I remember he told me that he asked me to come over to his house like around the evening and he was gonna surprise me with something. I curled my extensions. I got all cute. I had a cute little outfit. I put on a little makeup. I was looking so cute. Like, I was like, I'm so excited. So at the time, like, he was living with his mom. I think he was like 22 and I was like 19, 20. So, you know, we're still young and at that age, so it wasn't like a big deal. So he waited till his mom went to sleep or just wasn't there. So I knocked on the door and then he let me in, the lights were off. And I walked in and you guys, he set up the living room with like this cute little setup. And it had like, there was candles and there was 2 glasses of wine. And he hated wine at the time. Like he didn't care for wine, but it was the fact that he put the effort in because I liked wine. So I was like, oh my God. I just remember getting there and it felt so romantic, you guys. I was like, oh my God, I'm in love. Like, I can't believe he did all this. So I sit down. And he was like, yeah, I got the wine. Happy Valentine's Day. We did a cheers. And then, you guys, he was like, okay, so you have to go now. He told me I had to leave.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I forgot what his excuse was, but it was something about work or his mom. It felt like he was rushing me out of the house. I was so mad. Me at that age, I was shy, so I didn't know how to speak up. I didn't know how to say when something didn't feel right. So I was like, okay, and then I left. That was probably the worst Valentine's Day experience because he made me feel like I was special and then told me to go. Gotta take that one to the chin. The next question says, what's your ideal Valentine's Day date? So, trying to turn this over into a positive. Honestly, to me, it's more of like you putting the thought into what we're doing and then spending a lot of time with me. So my ideal date, if I could, would be to go to Jamaica. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've never been to an island, but I would love to go to an island. And he gets the hotel, and then we go to like a dinner, and he buys me roses and like does like the little candle walkthrough thing you guys see on Twitter. Like that would be ideal. Or just to take me out to a nice restaurant. I love to eat, like, you know, get me some flowers. I'm a sucker for some flowers. So something like that, just to like show the little things. Like to me, that would be an ideal date. Ideal date is for you to like make time for me and then to like show that you put a lot of effort and thought into planning something out special to me because I'm special. So it should be special. Why do guys like to talk to girls when they're in a relationship? Okay, honestly, I started to ask the same exact question. And also comment down below what you guys think. Ever since like I have gotten into another relationship, I cannot tell you guys how many guys have been trying, not saying like, ooh, I'm Beyonce, but more than usual, I've had guys trying to link with me, hang out with me. A lot of the guys that I talked to when I was single did like, you know, they would talk to me and stuff, but now ever since I got back in a relationship and I'm dating somebody and now they peep, it's like are trying harder. And I'm just like, excuse you? To some guys, what they can't have is really exciting to them. It's a challenge. It's annoying as hell. Like, wow, you want me now after, you know, somebody else wifed me up? But no, you can't have me because clearly he won for a reason. If he wanted to be with you, he would. The fact that these guys are hitting you up after you're with somebody else, it's all just a game to them. Are you required to be loyal in the talking stage? And is it okay to still date around? Yes. Sorry. There's two different questions. So are you required to be loyal in the talking stage? No, you are not. You guys have to get out of this toxic mentality where, oh, if I'm talking and things are going well, I'm loyal to this person. No, because everything to me is a building stage. Like, you don't just give somebody that you don't know benefits because you don't know if that other person is being loyal to you yet, especially if you're just getting to know them. And that's how a lot of people end up getting played. Like, they think like, oh, things are going so super well. It seems like we're just being loyal to each other. So I'm not going to talk to nobody else. I'm going to be loyal to this person because I really like this person. And I always tell everybody, including my friends, do not put all your eggs in one basket. When you start to get to know that person later on and you see subtle changes that you're not liking and they weren't doing that in the beginning, that's why I say don't waste your time being loyal because you don't know if they're really about who they're claiming to be. People will sell you a story to just reap the benefits, okay? And that's what you have to understand. Talking stage is getting to know somebody, so why am I gonna be loyal to someone I'm getting to know? So just remember that, you guys. And if you're scared to lose somebody, if they're mad that you're not being loyal to them, remind them that they are not your man or girl, okay? And yeah, that's gonna hurt when you say it, but it's the truth. And only say that if they're pressing you. It should be obvious that you can do what you want. Everything is about getting to know somebody. And, you know, if you end up liking them, then yes, I'm going to be loyal to you. But until then, I'm keeping my options open. And you could be that one option where I'm like, okay, well, I don't want the rest of them. So that's all it is. Like, don't take it personal. But don't be a jerk. Don't be posting up like with hella other people, making it obvious, because that's obviously going to turn somebody off. But you do not have to be loyal. And then, yes, it is still okay to date around, like I just explained. If you're not liking what the person is like turning out to be, that is why you have your other options. Because dating is like a job. You're checking people's resumes, seeing if they are the person they're putting down on paper. And if you're not that person, I'm moving on to what I want. Don't take it personal, period. Okay, somebody asked me, what does the word love mean to you? Hey, Naya, shout out to you. To me, love means that it's just somebody that's just constantly there for you. If they know that you're sad, if they know that you need a person and they're there, if they're attentive, if they're loyal, they would never do anything that would hurt you or intentionally hurt you. And they'll always try to like make things better. It's just like, even with like a parent or a friendship, love is something that's reciprocated. So don't ever think that you need to do more if they're not doing enough. Love should be a matched thing. Or if, as far as a guy, like they should go harder for you than you go for them. It's indescribable in a way, but I feel like you'll feel that feeling where like you just can feel the love for somebody because of what they are to you and what they've done to make you feel that way, and that you can trust them and all of that. Naya asks, do you think social media lowered the bar for relationships? Not lowered the bar, but kind of raised the bar in a bad way. And what I mean by that is by everybody going off of these pictures from these social media couples and them pretending to look perfect and everything is fine and dandy, and that you need your to buy you a Birkin bag, or he needs to take you on trips. You know what? Yeah, in that way, I feel like social media does ruin relationships, because there's all these unrealistic expectations for a guy to do when most of these guys don't even have money like that to do all that. As long as he's putting an effort to do what he can to make you happy in that way, I feel like that is a really good guy right there. If a girl starts to say like, well, you're not buying me this and you're not taking me there, like all these other people are going to Bora Bora, and look, they're rowing a boat in the water and feeding pigs and stuff. Personally, like I would never ask that of somebody that could not do that for me. And there's more to life than materialistic things. To me, it's really about the genuine moments and actions. So I feel like that can have an effect on, relationships. Sometimes social media makes it easier to find out if someone's playing you. Yeah, I don't think so. But it can if you fall into that false perception of a perfect relationship, because a lot of those relationships are not perfect. I'm not going to answer too many Valentine's Day ones, you guys, because technically Valentine's Day is over, okay? Can you still be with a man if he cheated? Okay, you guys are not gonna like me, but this is just my honest truth and from experience. I have done it a few times. So I feel like it just depends. Kevin Hart, let me explain. If a guy cheated, it just really depends. In some cases, for me, like, when a guy okay, oh God. I don't wanna air anybody out. I'm not trying to do that. Okay, so I will say from one of my boyfriends, he cheated, and I was really, really hurt when I found out about the other girl. He was doing more for her than he was doing for me, and I was the first girl he met, and then he met her at his job. So, I had heard that he got her a promise ring, and, he was claiming her more, and that just made me feel so embarrassed. I just felt like, well, why would you even waste my time? But then I had to learn, guys like to try to have their cake and eat it too, and they will if you let them. This was a experience where that was what was happening. But it's like I was trying to prove to him how good of a woman I was and why he should be with me. And it's like he would just still end up, messing around with other women. It just got so bad to where we almost ended up fighting. And I don't even put my hands on people. So it's just I realized in that situation, he was doing me dirty and didn't care enough about my feelings when he was doing it. And he wasn't trying to change as a person. So in that experience, when I, finally felt like I was turning into somebody I really wasn't, was turning into somebody that was always, sad and hurt and always trying to prove myself when I never needed to, So that's why I kept going back to him. And I thought that, you know, we were really in love, but he never really loved me by treating me like that. And I still have love for him. Like, you know, I just take it to the chin with all that experience. But that was something I had to see through. In some situations, you guys, you just have to see it through if you feel like it might be worth it to you. And that's okay, because if it doesn't work out, then you can just say it didn't work out and move on. And life goes on. It's not as big of a deal as people make it out to be. So now, you know, with another, you know, experience that a guy did cheat on me, a different guy. And again, I was really, really hurt. I had found out the girl was yelling at me, "Who are you?" And I'm like, oh my God, again? Really? Like, I just be chilling. Like, I don't know why this happens, but he had just been through a really tough experience where he was cheated on badly. And sometimes people are just hurt because they've never experienced real love before. And with that situation, oh my gosh, guys, we're getting really real on here. It's so hard for me to talk about this. I feel like extremely shy talking about this. I do not regret giving him another chance, because also for myself, I learned that certain men will cheat because they've been hurt a lot before. And when they realize they have something very special, and, you know, they want to like try to do better and be better and want to grow and evolve into a different person, because they realize what you are and what you can bring to them mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. They will do anything and everything to make sure you are happy and to, you know, be a better dude for you. So that's why I always circle back to, if a guy wants to, he will. I believe, yes, you can still be with a guy if he cheated, because people are always changing and growing and want to be better. And some people just don't experience a good thing. And when they do, it's hard for them to believe it. And they're scared to be hurt again like they were before. So some people aren't ready to change and trust new people. Some people are, but you won't know unless you give them a chance, especially if you don't feel like it's over. This next question says, should a female go all out for her man on Valentine's Day if he doesn't normally go all out? I'm a firm believer in matching the same energy, okay? I'm not going to spend like thousands of dollars on a yacht, a trip, all this, when you can only afford me, you know, McDonald's. It has to be mutual, because if you do, you know, it's not bad if you do go all out once in a while if you want to, but I don't recommend it, because sometimes people will get comfortable. And if you start to do all those things, he's going to get comfortable with not doing enough for you. And I genuinely feel like guys should go all out for the woman, not the other way around if you're a real man. If he's not, you need to run for the hills. How do you know when you love someone? You're the first thing I wake up thinking about. If you're somewhere, I'm freaking worried about you. Like, you know, I want to be so a part of your life. I want to meet your family. I want to meet your friends. I want to meet your mama's mama. Like, I want to meet everybody. If I'm in love with you, I want to be a part of all your journeys, all your activities. I want to know what inspires you. Like, I want to know all about you, because if I didn't, I don't care. When I know I'm in love with somebody, it's when they make me feel like indescribable, like my heart is like bursting out of my chest for you. And that's something that takes time for me. So if you got me feeling like that, I'm scared. When is the time to post your significant other? It can be like a personal decision. Some people don't like people knowing their business, who they're dating, because that can stir the pot if you guys are not that strong yet. Social media can be crazy. When you post your man, there are girls that will try to take them from you, like try to slide in the DMs, like all of that. But that's why I said, to me, it has to be a really, really, really solid relationship for me to post you. I just really have experienced a lot of dusty dudes that did not deserve none of my time, and I am not going to advertise you when it could be false advertisement. So I feel like I wouldn't post a guy till maybe I knew the relationship was extremely solid. And that's not even when he like asked you to be his girl. Like, I still give it more time after that, because like I said, things are still like evolving and changing. So you don't really know that person. I like to really know that you're loyal AF to me, and I don't have to be worried at all. Like, I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be embarrassed. That is my main thing here. If you're thinking about posting a guy, just make sure you're sure, because if some happens and y'all not talking no more, it's just low-key embarrassing. Like, who cares what people think? But I just wouldn't post every single guy. Like, I gotta make sure that this is my man. Like, like, I've been hanging out with his mom. Like, he's not trying to like finesse me or nothing, or sell me a dream. Because if he's selling me a dream and I'm posting you, and then you're really like laid up with other chicks and not really taking me serious, that's really hurtful. So I think to avoid feeling hurt if it doesn't work out, like, just hold off on posting somebody. I feel like that's a serious thing. Like, you're basically telling people you're off the market when this other person might not even claim to be off the market. So just make sure that you're sure. Jessie asked, hey Jessie, what is the most important quality a man could have? Oh my God, you guys, there's so many questions, but I love this question. I feel like the most important quality a guy could have is loyalty, because with loyalty comes respect. With loyalty comes security. With loyalty, it just comes with more benefits, because honestly, anybody can love you and say they love you, but not everybody is loyal to you. And I need to make sure that my man is loyal to me. Like, I need to make sure that I can trust you with everything, my heart and all. A woman's heart is extremely important, to make sure the guy would never try to hurt you. And to me, you don't find that everywhere. Like, a lot of guys will not care enough about that stuff. But if you find a guy that does, to me, I feel like that's a very important quality, because he's always going to put you and your feelings first. That's what you need. And like, a woman having security with her man is so great, because it's like, it's a lot to like stress about somebody that is making you question things 24/7. But I really appreciate a guy that's always trying to give you reassurance and making sure that you have a peace of mind, because being each other's peace is so important. Lingerie or no lingerie for Valentine's Day? I do lingerie. I think it's so much fun. You guys should check out Shein. It's not sponsored, but they do have a lot of really cool ass lingerie. Oh, I'll link a video up here where I did a haul on some pieces that were literally under $10, you guys. And they're so cute. I think lingerie for Valentine's Day, yes, because it makes things exciting. You're basically dressing yourself up like a present. And when the guy sees you, like when my boyfriend saw me, his eyes like bursted out of his head. Like, it's so funny. And he wanted to do like a little photo shoot together. So yes, lingerie for sure. It shows off your curves. It makes you feel confident. And then when he shows, like, damn girl, like, it just makes you feel good. What is the biggest mistake you've made in a relationship? You guys are getting deep with these questions. Oh my gosh. So the biggest mistake for me I've done in a relationship is staying when I should not stay. My toxic trait is being a people pleaser. I always feel like I want people to know how genuine I am, and sometimes I try to go above and beyond. If a guy, like, in past relationships haven't been happy or acted like I wasn't, this, or you should be like this, or you're not really like that, like, I'm not happy, I would always try to do more and more and more. Like, and I would stay and I would keep getting treated bad. And to me, my mind would say, oh, he's treating me bad because I'm not doing enough for him. Like, I need to show him how good of a woman I am. And I need to show him that, I can be like this, or I can be like that girl. And, I was already enough. That's what I wish I would have learned, is that I was always enough. And that is the biggest mistake that I made, was staying in a relationship that wasn't for me. And I had to learn that not everybody is for me. I know that I'm a good girl. Like, I know what I bring to the table. And if he doesn't know that, like, I'm good. Like, you know, I don't need to prove anything when my actions speak loudly, extremely loudly. But without having made that mistake, I wouldn't be where I am today and who I am today. It's just made me into such a strong female where these don't even mess with me anymore like that. Like, they know I don't even tolerate that. I'm so quick to dip if that is what they are giving out. Worst date you've been on? Oh my gosh. Okay, I will make a long story short because I feel like this video is probably already long enough. I was downtown with my friend and we were drinking and, you know, we were lit. When I was single, I would give guys my number, but then just never talk to them, just to get them away. Nowadays, guys will make you call them in front of them. Sometimes I just don't want to even bother like telling a guy off. I'll just take the number and then never hit them up. That's what I did in this case. This guy was heckling me downtown and he was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. So I was like, okay, here's my number. And he left. I actually ended up getting my friend's number that same night and I stupidly mixed up the contact information. So here's my friend, here's the guy. For me saving the contact numbers in my phone, it was like this. So I remember I texted in the morning like, hey girl, da da da. And they texted me back like, hey, do you want to go get lunch today? I'm thinking it's my homegirl. I'm like, yeah, I would love to go on a lunch date with you. Like, I'm on my way. I show up at the restaurant and I'm like, I don't see her. And then I hear this guy say my name and he's like, Taylor, Taylor. And I look and I'm like, oh my God, it's the same guy from last night. I can't believe he's at the same restaurant as me. I click the girl's name to call her so I don't have to see him. And then I hear a phone ring and I look over and his phone starts ringing. He's holding it up. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I did not mean to do that. I had to make a quick decision. Like, do I just go on this date and not hurt this guy's feelings or tell him it was a big ass mistake? I ended up going on the date because it was like 3 o'clock, you know, nothing bad can really happen in the afternoon. Like, there was lots of people around and it was the worst day ever. He just kept trying to tell me how I probably did this in relationships and how I need to finish my food. He was just talking a lot, telling me how pretty I was too much. And he was just too much. I was like, I want to go home. I was just so over that date and I didn't even mean to meet up with him. I'm just gonna spray my face really quick. I'm feeling quite powdery. This next one says, why do you think guys are so afraid of feelings? Going back to what I said earlier is because they have been hurt before when they gave somebody their heart. Guys can be prideful, so if you hurt that pride, especially if they've gone through a few girls that hurt that pride or like that trust when they gave them their feelings, they will want to build up a wall to keep from feeling like that again. That's why I feel like you should give people chances, you know, especially if they've been hurt before. Just give it time to see if they can learn and understand that you're not there to hurt them. You are actually genuinely trying to be there for them. Even like girls, it can take time until you break that wall down, but honestly, only do that if you feel like the person is worth it. If it feels like it's worth it to you, and if they are showing progress of like coming down off that ledge, starting to open up, it's just a process. Some people have been hurt really bad before and it's really hard for them to trust somebody else. You just have to give it time to see if that's one of those things. And some people are just not ready to be vulnerable like that. They're not ready to change, and that's okay. You just have to keep it moving because at the end of the day, that's something they have to deal with and it's not your fault. They have to want to change. And if they're not ready, then it's just not for you. And they have to probably deal with that on their own. It's all about like what you want to deal with and what you don't want to. What I do want to make clear is if somebody is lying to you and manipulating you and making it seem like, oh, well, I need help, or, oh, well, I've been through this, and they're still treating you bad, that's not somebody that's trying to change. That's somebody that's taking advantage of you and manipulating you because of your kindness. So be very careful with your heart and who you try to help, because if you see that no change is happening, then that's okay. You just need to remove yourself from that situation because misery loves company and you gotta be careful. Just make sure you talk to people with lots of experience to see what they think. Emphasis on people with experience and people that are reasonable. Don't talk to somebody that reacts emotionally. I would talk to somebody that reacts intellectually. So that's what I think about that. What do you consider cheating in a relationship? Cheating is a guy giving his attention to another female in a disrespectful way. You just can feel when it doesn't feel right. You're taking intimate initiatives with another female when it should only be with me. And to me, that's stepping out of the relationship. I know my man would not want me doing that. So I'm pretty sure I don't want him doing that. It can vary depending on people's standards. It can just be anything that's too inappropriate with a female. And it can just depend on the situation. As far as all the little stuff, if my guy's liking other females' pictures, I don't consider that cheating because I like other guys' pictures. You know, we're all human. But if you're interacting one-on-one with a female and corresponding off to the side and you're trying to hide it from me, that's what I consider cheating. When the guy is trying to hide something from you and he's not trying to be upfront, that can lead to issues. When do you think y'all get married and have kids? I don't know if she's just asking me or she's asking about me and mines. What I make loud and clear every single time is that I'm not having no kids unless I got a ring on my finger. I made it this far in the game, y'all. I have no kids. Be very choosy when it comes to that. It's hard when it doesn't work out and then the guy is just not really there for you and the child. I want to date somebody for a while and then I would really love to get married and then have his kids. I'm not going to have anybody's kids unless I have a real commitment, and we have to be financially stable as well. You have to be able to support them, like put them in sports, like give them lunch money, new clothes, new shoes, new diapers, new formula, like doctor's appointments. All that stuff costs money. And I need to know you can provide for that, okay? It's all cute on the pictures. But when it comes down to it, you really need to make sure he's gonna give you that security, okay? I need my man to make me feel extremely, extremely secure. And then I'll have your kids. I'm somebody that struggles with anxiety and I need a guy that's gonna help me feel emotionally stable. Don't make me feel like I'm going crazy. Make it known that you love me so much and that you wanna take care of me and be there for me. That is my love language. Oh my God, I'm like getting emotional right now because the guy I date now does that so well. And I tell him all the time that I'm so lucky to have a guy like him that genuinely cares about me. If I'm acting a different way, he knows me well enough to say what's wrong. I know how you are. I know when you're feeling down. A guy that's trying to be there and talk to me and make me feel reassured, that is my freaking love language. You cannot find that in a lot of people because a lot of people are selfish out here. They'll just want the benefits out of you. I just really appreciate a guy that takes care of a woman mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Your mental health and sanity is so important. So if he cares enough to make you always feel cared for and that he's going to be there for you no matter what, to me, that is something that's really special. Shannon asked me, what is the most important thing you want out of your relationship partner? I feel like I kind of answered that in the last question just now. Mental stability, like a lot of stability is so important to me. I don't like somebody that makes me feel like I'm thinking all these crazy things and they're not trying to reassure me or they're not making me feel like I'm in a safe space. I really love a guy that's there for me and always trying to make sure that I'm okay. That's why a lot of people go crazy because they're with somebody that doesn't care to give them any emotional stability. And you'll know when you're with somebody like that when they go out of their way to make sure that you're good. And I think that also ties in with loyalty. You can have a guy that says he loves you, but he'll still be cheating on you, lying to you, like whatever. I need to see that you're loyal to me and only me. So that's that answer. I'll answer this last one and then I gotta get going because the sun is going down, you guys. I hope I look cute. Like, this bob is so different. How do you get over a breakup? A lot of you guys aren't gonna like this answer.
You need to be alone.
It's okay to be alone. Just take a pause on dating, and that always strengthens your mentality. When you're just so messed up over a person, you need to take a step back and just reevaluate yourself, what you want in life, be on your own for a second. And honestly, that clears your mind up like crazy. And it's not easy to do. It's really hard. I got really lucky because my ex left me alone for a year. Like he low-key just left me for, not low-key. He high-key left me for the other girl, and I was forced to be alone. He chose to be with her after he was exposed, and she took him back. So I was, able to just be by myself. He did not contact me or nothing. I was forced to be alone. And you know what? That was like the scariest thing I ever had to go through in my life. Like, oh no, I'm getting emotional. I did not expect to start crying. That's why I said it's not, you guys, it is not easy to hold on 1 second. See how I said I need stability because I can get emotional. He had straight up told me I don't love you. I want to be with her. And so I'm like, okay. And that's what happened. They ended up being together. Thankfully, I had a friend that was there for me. Shout out to you. He was there for me the whole time. Just as a friend, nothing funny that was going on. He was genuinely there for me during that time where I had to be alone, you guys. And you know what? I can honestly say that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I was able to just really go through that hurt, go through that healing stage of getting over somebody and realizing if this is how I'm feeling and how they're making me feel, and they don't even care that they abandoned me, that's not somebody I want. And he made it easier by not reaching out anymore, and I was able to take time to let those romantic feelings dissolve, because clearly he didn't care about me more than I cared about him. So when I was able to just be by myself and go through that hurt, I contemplated a lot of dark thoughts, but thankfully, thankfully I just had my friends supporting me, my close family, my mom and stuff. They didn't know, because they know how emotional I can get. So I just kept it to myself to deal with, because I was trying to be an adult and just handle this, and I didn't want to worry them because I lived on my own. And I'm so thankful that I had my friends there for me. But I will say, to get over a break, you can see how bad that relationship affected me, you guys. But I don't want you guys to think I hate my ex. We're cool. I don't have no beef with him. It's all just just talking about the past. It just brings up some old emotions. That's all that this is. In that situation, it was hard being told that, the person, it doesn't want you. They want the other person. And as a woman, hearing that is really hard, especially if you did a lot to try to make it work and it was never good enough for them. So the fact that he ended up leaving me, it was hard, but I think probably I decided, you know what, I can't even think of dating anybody else. I'm just going to be alone. I started, to get over the breakup, you guys, you see how much it affected me. So let me get to how I got over it. So to get over that breakup, I just started making myself so busy. I started hanging out with my friends a lot. I was talking to them a lot. They were there for me. I started to get into activities. I started to start sewing again, sewing pieces. I started watching TV shows. Watching TV shows, you guys, with a lot of drama really helps. I recommend Love Island. I recommend Are You the One? Because that show has so much drama. I couldn't even focus on what was going on with me. And then just asking my friends to tell me about their drama so I can get away from mine. And, the goal was just to really, really distract myself and spend time with myself and love myself a lot, because I realized I put my, happiness into somebody, and it took me to where I just totally couldn't recognize myself and lost control. So trust me, it was not easy trying to be alone when, you don't have that person anymore. But you know, it just really molded me into such a stronger girl that does not even tolerate none of that disrespect. Like, what? Look at me. Okay, so it was hard. So I would say, like, I took probably a whole year just being by myself. And a year goes by quick, you guys. It actually just feels like a couple months, but I took a year to be by myself, spend time with myself, stay distracted, get into activities, just be busy. And, you know, it led me to meeting new people, new experiences, you know, a lot more things that made me remind myself how exciting life is, and to not get caught up in that stuff too much, and to know that you deserve better. And I actually experienced like other people, you know, treating other people way better. I'm like, I want that too. So I'm not going to put up with this. And he just made it so easy by leaving me alone. So now I'm like, basically the romantic feelings totally dissolved. I still definitely have love for him, but I was able to just get out of that mindset where, you know, I have to make this work. Like, he's mine. I want him to be mine. I don't care. But I just, you know, when I was able to be alone, I realized how crazy all that sounds. Like, Taylor, what? Like, you know, a lot of people even say, wow, like, I didn't even know you guys were a thing. And that's another thing. Like, you know, I was obsessed over somebody that was keeping me a secret. So I was able to learn that, and I'm so glad that I did go through all that hurt, because I am like such a strong person today. And you know, what I always wished for came true, because now I'm really with an amazing guy, like, that treats me like, oh, I'm on a pedestal, you know, like, he's there for me all the time. So I really appreciate him. And if I was never able to just leave that situation alone and let myself grow, like, I wouldn't be here where I am today. So that is my recommendation for you guys, is to just take time to be alone, spend time with yourself. Let me focus on my career. Let me focus on school. Like, focus on something that's more important, and then go back to dating, give it a try again. Because I remember, like, when I was alone for a year and then I gave dating a shot again, like, I didn't feel like, you know, totally disgusted with talking to someone new or letting someone new touch me or kiss me. Like, I felt like, oh, this isn't so bad. And that's how I knew, like, I was able to move on. So that is my recommendation. And don't give up on what you want. Always know that what you want is obtainable. Don't ever say that it's not. If you need certain things from a guy to make you feel happy, that is obtainable and it is out there. And I am living proof of experiencing that. Now we're done, and you can see it's getting dark outside, so I have to hurry up and dip. That last one made me cry, but I feel like it's a perfect way to end off this video. You know, it got really real. I hope you enjoyed this questions, chit chat, get ready with me. It got real, and y'all made me nervous with these questions. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even really read through these when I was looking at them. I'm like, oh God, I really hope I responded good, but I had a lot of fun. Let me know if I should do another one of these. I did not expect to get emotional like that in the end. I'm pretty good about, you know, keeping my emotions in check. I hope that all of this was helpful to somebody, or, you know, you guys enjoyed it. I have to go take my pictures now. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to follow all of my social media, by the way, which will be linked down below. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.